Ellen, a widow living in her modest home, is verbally and emotionally abused by her son, Michael, who demands she sell her house to fund his failing business. When she refuses, he manipulates her into a nursing home, claiming it's for her safety. Ellen feels powerless and heartbroken. The nursing home. Ellen arrives at the nursing home, feeling abandoned. She meets Sarah, a kind nurse who notices Ellen's distress. Ellen reflects on her life with her late husband and Michael's troubled childhood, searching for where things went wrong. Clara, her neighbor, visits and hints at holding on to faith for a miracle. Dark days. Ellen struggles to adjust to the nursing home, facing neglect from staff and isolation. Michael stops visiting, and Ellen learns he's trying to sell her house behind her back. She begins to lose hope but finds small comfort in Sarah's kindness and Clara's letters. The stranger ***, a mysterious man named Gabriel appears during a stormy night, helping Ellen when she falls in the nursing home hallway. He speaks cryptically about second chances and leaves her with a sense of calm. Ellen starts to notice small, inexplicable events, like flowers blooming out of season outside her window. Rising hope inspired by Gabriel's words, Ellen begins to fight back. She secretly contacts a lawyer with Sarah's help to protect her home. Clara shares stories of miracles from her own life, strengthening Ellen's resolve. Meanwhile, Michael's business collapses and he spirals into guilt and anger. The turning point. Ellen discovers a hidden letter from her late husband in a book Clara sends her, revealing a small inheritance she'd forgotten about. This gives her the financial means to challenge Michael's actions. Gabriel reappears, guiding her to confront her son with love, not anger. The confrontation. Ellen, with Sarah and Clara's support, leaves the nursing home and returns home to face Michael. In an emotional showdown, she forgives him despite his cruelty, offering him a chance to change. Michael breaks down, revealing his fear of failure and resentment from childhood. A supernatural moment, perhaps a vision of Ellen's late husband, seals the miracle, softening Michael's heart. A new beginning. Ellen regains her home and independence. Michael begins to rebuild his life, volunteering at the nursing home to make amends. Ellen, Clara, and Sarah form a tight-knit community, and Ellen feels a renewed sense of purpose. The story ends with Ellen planting a garden, symbolizing growth and hope, as Gabriel watches from a distance. A small, close-knit town with vivid descriptions of Ellen's cozy home, the sterile nursing home, and the blooming garden as a symbol of hope. Harper stood at the kitchen sink, her hands trembling as she scrubbed a plate that was already clean. The late afternoon sun slanted through the window, casting long shadows across the linoleum floor of her modest home. The house smelled of lemon polish and memories. 40 years of raising a son, loving a husband, and building a life that now felt like it was slipping through her fingers. "Mom, you're not listening." Michael's voice cut through the quiet, sharp and impatient. He leaned against the doorway, his suit wrinkled, his face flushed with frustration. At 38, he still had the boyish features Ellen had once adored, but his eyes were hard now, like stones in a riverbed. "I'm listening, Michael," Ellen said softly, setting the plate on the drying rack. Her voice was steady but her heart raced. She knew this argument was coming. It always did when Michael visited these days. "Then why won't you sign the papers?" He slapped the folder onto the kitchen table, the sound making Ellen flinch. "The house is too big for you. You can't keep up with it. Sell it, move somewhere smaller, and give me the money to save my business." Ellen turned to face him, wiping her hands on her apron. "This is my home, Michael. Your father and I built it. Your room's still upstairs with your old baseball trophies. You want me to throw that away?" Michael's laugh was bitter. "Sentimentality won't pay my bills, Mom. Or yours. You're getting old. You need to be practical." The word old stung, though Ellen was only 65. She felt the weight of her years, yes, the ache in her knees, the grief that lingered since her husband, Tom, passed 5 years ago, but she wasn't frail. "Not yet. I'm managing just fine," she said. "And I don't want your business to fail, but I can't give up everything I have." Michael's face darkened. He stepped closer, towering over her. "You're being selfish. After everything I've done for you, you owe me this." Ellen's breath caught. Everything he's done. She'd raised him alone after Tom's death, worked double shifts at the library to pay for his college, and never asked for a dime when he moved away. But lately Michael's visits were like storms, brief, destructive, and leaving her shaken. He'd yell, call her stubborn, accuse her of ruining his life. Last month he grabbed her arm hard enough to leave a bruise. She'd hidden it under long sleeves, too ashamed to tell anyone, even Clara, her neighbor. "Michael, please," she whispered. "Let's talk about this calmly." "There's nothing to talk about," he shouted, slamming his hand on the table. Ellen jumped, her heart pounding. "If you won't sell, I'll make sure you're taken care of. You're not safe here alone." The threat hung in the air, cold and heavy. Ellen's eyes stung with tears, but she blinked them back. "What does that mean?" Michael didn't answer. He grabbed the folder and stormed out, the front door slamming behind him. Ellen sank into a chair, her hands shaking. She stared at the kitchen, the chipped teacup she and Tom had bought at a flea market, the photos of Michael as a boy on the fridge. This was her sanctuary, and now it felt like a cage. 2 weeks later, Michael returned with a woman in a crisp blazer who introduced herself as Ms. Carter, a social worker. "Mrs. Harper," she said, her voice practiced and kind, "your son is concerned about your well-being. We've arranged a place for you at Willow Grove Nursing Home. It's for your safety." Ellen's stomach dropped. "I don't need a nursing home. I'm fine here." "Ms. Carter glanced at Michael, who stood behind her, arms crossed. "Your son says you've been forgetful, unsteady. We just want to ensure you're cared for." Ellen's mind raced. Forgetful? Unsteady? Lies, all of it. But Michael's face was unreadable, and she realized he planned this. He'd painted her as frail to get his way. "Michael," she pleaded, "don't do this." "It's done, Mom," he said, his voice flat. "Pack a bag. They're expecting you tomorrow." That night, Ellen sat on her bed, clutching a photo of Tom and Michael from happier days. She prayed for strength, for a way out, but her heart felt heavy with betrayal. As she drifted into uneasy sleep, a soft breeze stirred the curtains, and she thought she heard a whisper, *, "Hold on, Ellen. A miracle is coming."